Welcome back to this new lesson in our 10 lesson series for B1. Today we're going shopping. Oh yes, we're going to learn useful shopping vocabulary, see it in context, and then go through some of the interesting grammar sections so we understand how to use comparatives, superlatives, and then look at a few irregular ones. So by the end, we're going to be able to talk about prices, sizes, and make comparisons confidently in British English. Stick around. Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And any questions you have, please leave a comment at the end of the video. Also, this video is in a playlist of all the B1 level English lessons, this first series, so be sure to check it out, and I'll put a link at the end of the video. Okay, you ready? Let's go shopping. So I'll say each word and then you repeat the word out loud, please. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're in a swimming pool, shout the word out. If you're in a park as well, but say it out loud. That way it will stick better. You'll say it, you'll hear yourself say it, and it will stick in your memory, especially if lots of people turn around and look at you. So we'll say the word, and then I'll give you an example sentence which you can also repeat out loud after I've said it. Okay, so let's begin. Shop. In England we say shop, where you buy things. It could be clothes, it could be food, computers, books. We go to a shop. This shop is cheaper than the one next door. Price. What's the price of this book? What's the price of this book? Size. Size. Do you have this t-shirt in a larger size or a smaller size? Changing room. That's where you try on the clothes. Where is the changing room? Please? Don't forget the please. We're British. Receipt. The P in receipt is silent, so don't say it. Receipt. Could I have the receipt, please? Can I have a copy of the receipt, please? Receipt. Discount, or another word for discount is sale. Well, a sale is a big sign we see in shops when things are reduced in price or discounted. So the shop has discounts, maybe 10%, 20%, more or less. Sale, discount. Do you want to pay by cash or by card? So two words here, cash, which is money, paper money or coins, or card, which is a debit card or a credit card. Can I pay by card? The example for discount or sale, I forgot to say. These shoes are on sale. Well, there is a sale at the shoe shop. There is a sale at the shoe shop. Refund. Now, refund is where they give you your money back. The shirt is too big. Okay, I give you the shirt, you give me a refund, or you refund me the money. Refund. I'd like a refund, please. Customer. Now that's you. You are the customer. It's the person who goes into the shop and buys something that the shop sells. Customer. The customer bought a new coat. Shop assistant. That's the person who helps you to buy something. The shop assistant helped me find the right size. See how we're using all the words together? Shop assistant, the right size, in the sale. Good, so there's some examples, vocabulary relating to shopping. Let's examine what are comparatives and superlatives, and then look at a few examples. So a comparative is where you're comparing two things. This hand is bigger than this one, or these shoes are cheaper than those shoes. You see, you're comparing size or price. So when we make a comparative, a word that we use to compare, we use an adjective plus er. And so it could be the adjective plus er plus than. So let's look at some examples. This shirt is cheaper than that one. This shirt is cheaper than that one. So the word cheap, and we add er to the end. You see? Let's do another one. These trousers are more comfortable than those jeans. These trousers are more comfortable than those jeans. So the first example we put on the adjective. The second example we put more plus the adjective and then the word than. Than. Can you say that? Than. It's a hard word for some language speakers. Than. More than, and then the other comparison. Okay, so again, this shirt is cheaper than that one. This shirt is cheaper than that one. These trousers are more comfortable than those jeans. So you see how we work the grammar to build these comparatives. As regards comparatives, how do we know whether to add an ER to the adjective or to say more and then the adjective? Well, the basic rule is if the adjective has one syllable, then we would add the ER. For example, warm will become warmer, not more warm. We say warmer, it is warmer. Expensive, we don't say expensiver, no, we say more expensive because it has two or more syllables. There are exceptions to the rule, of course. This is English. Another day we could talk about the exceptions, but that's a basic rule. One syllable, ER. Two or more syllables, more, and then the adjective. So now let's look at something even better, and that is superlatives. That's the best thing to look at. Superlatives. How do we make superlatives? Well, we have the word the plus the adjective plus est. The adjective and est. Or it could be the most and then the adjective. Okay, so that was the cheapest shop in town. That was the cheapest shop in town. Okay, you've got it? Another one. This is the most expensive dress in the shop. This is the most expensive dress in the shop. Comparatives, superlatives. And they are reasonably easy to understand, except when there are exceptions. Let's mention a few exceptions right now. So something can be good. This team is good, but this team is better. So there's no relation. Good, better. But this team is the best. So this team is good. This team is better. That's a comparative. But this team is the best. That's a superlative. Again, good, naturally. Bad. So this team, no, let's say something else. This car or this pub is bad. But this one is worse. And that one is the worst. So this pub is bad. This one is worse. But this one is the worst. There's a T at the end of worst. That's what makes it different. Worse ends in S sound. Worse, worst. So bad, worse, worst. Good, better, best. Here's one more. Far, further, or farther. The farthest, or the furthest. I would say furthest. Far, further, furthest. So Jim lives far away. Bill lives further away. And Bob lives the furthest away. Do you get that? Good. Excellent work. So let's listen to a natural conversation between a shop assistant and a customer and see if you can spot some of the words that we've learned so far, and look out for more words that we haven't learned but are included in the text. Vocabulary from shops and, let's say, some comparatives and some superlatives. Okay, listen up.
Can I help you today?
Yes, I'm looking for a winter coat.
Do you want the warmest one or the most expensive?
I'd like a cheap one, but not the cheapest.
Well, the red one is cheap, but the blue one is more popular.
The red one looks nicer. Which one is warmer?
The black coat is warmer than both. In fact, it's the warmest coat we have.
Oh, that sounds good. But is it comfortable?
Yes, and it's quieter to wear than the red one. That one makes a lot of noise when you move.
Thank you. Could I try the black one in a smaller size?
Certainly. Here you are.
Perfect. I'll take it. Could I pay by card?
Of course. I'll print your receipt.
Did you spot the vocabulary we've learned? Did you spot any new words? We'll put them in the comments so I know you're listening. Now we're going to have a little practice. So I'll tell you a situation and then you answer using a comparative or a superlative. So you see two pairs of shoes. Let's say the brown shoes cost £30 and the black shoes cost £50. What can you tell me? How could you use a comparative or a superlative to talk about this situation? I'm listening. All ears. Okay, next example. You go into a shop, into the changing room, and you try on 3 t-shirts. How could you describe them? Which is your favorite and which is your least favorite? And you can add a color to each one as well. Let's say a red, a yellow, and a brown t-shirt. Which one is your favorite and which one do you not like? And what about the other one? Okay, a third situation. You're in a shop that sells luggage, sells bags and suitcases. And so you go to buy a suitcase. You see one that you can lift quite easily, and then you see another one that is it's heavy. How can you talk about these two? How can you compare them, these two suitcases? If there's any words you don't understand, pause the video, Google it, and then come back. Okay, the fourth situation, you go into a shop that sells coats and jackets. So you try one is comfortable and the other is uncomfortable. How can you use comparatives and superlatives to talk about these two jackets? If you want, it could be a leather jacket or a sports jacket. Situation number 5, you are speaking to the shop assistant and the shop assistant asks you which jeans do you like most? How can you respond using the language we've learned here? Okay, try doing it again with different vocabulary from this lesson to practice using superlatives, for using comparatives and talking about things in shops. And then that way you'll be sharpening your knowledge and remembering the things that you've learned today. Okay, any questions? Leave me a comment, and if there's any topics that you particularly want to cover that we haven't covered yet, again, let me know in the comment section below. Or something else you can do, go around your house, look at 2 different things and compare them, whether they compare to each other or whether you say one is good and the other's the best, or one is hot and the other is cold, or one is hot and one is hotter, one is blue and the other's bluer, bright, dark, brighter or the brightest. Remember, no practice, no progress. That is our motto here. So look out for lesson number 9 coming next week, where we'll learn even more great British English. See you then.